Hi guys, welcome to Big Daddy's Kitchen. A lot of you have posted comments on our Facebook and YouTube page about our muffin recipes. So due to a popular demand, we're going to make some blueberry muffins today. To start, we'll sift 4 cups of all-purpose flour. We have 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup butter, softened to room temperature, 1 cup plain yogurt, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a couple tablespoons of rolled oats. We're going to use this for garnish, about 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, 4 eggs, medium eggs, and finally some frozen blueberries. And I will talk to you about why we're using frozen blueberries in a second. Okay, to your 4 cups of flour, add your salt and your baking powder. And give that a sift, and what that does is it mixes everything together and you're making sure that there's no lumps in your flour. That's all there is to it. We're using really good flour, there's no lumps at the end. Okay, we're going to start mixing the rest of our ingredients together. But before you do that, turn your oven on to 375 Fahrenheit or 109 degrees Celsius and put the rack on a medium to low level. Okay? So let's start. What you do is you take your butter, softened butter, put that in your mixing bowl. Like that. Take your sugar next and add that to your butter. Get it all in there. All that sweet stuff. Bring the head down and mix that on 1. Give that a few minutes till all that butter and sugar is incorporated together and it's just one smooth paste. After that, we're going to add our eggs to it. Put them all in, don't be afraid. And you're going to see that your mix is starting to get some color and it's going to become a bit more like a muffin mix. You can turn this up a bit higher, and as that butter melts, it will make everything a bit smoother and softer. Okay, you can stop this now. Lift that up. Add to this your yogurt, 1 cup plain yogurt. Then to that you add your vanilla extract. And now it's starting to smell like muffins. It's that vanilla. Mix that on low level at first and then move it up a bit higher. You don't want to mix it too high because you don't want your eggs to become frothy. You don't want them to become too spongy. You still want that consistent texture of your muffins, otherwise you'd have sponge cake. So be patient with it, take your time, let it mix slowly. And we are ready to start adding our dry ingredients. So lift that up again a little bit. Get a bowl and do not add everything at once. I'll add about 1.5 cups at a time. About yay much. Mix it slow at first. And then a bit faster. If you go too fast, too quick, then it's just going to splash up. It's going to go all over you. And finally, add the rest of your flour. Okay, everything's mixed together now, and this is pretty much the texture that you're looking for. If you take a look, you see that it's like whipped cream. It kind of peaks a little bit. Now, this is probably a bit too thick for a regular muffin, but there's quite a bit of water and juice in our blueberries, and that's going to add some moisture to it as well. For our blueberry muffin, this is perfectly fine. If you find that your muffin mix is a bit thicker than this, what you can do is add maybe a couple of tablespoons of milk to it, just to thin it up a little bit. Okay, when adding your blueberries, do not put them on the mixer, because what will happen is they will get crushed and you're not going to see wholesome blueberries in there. So take it off the mixture, pour half your blueberries in there. With a spoon, slowly fold everything in together. And the reason I used frozen blueberries is that they accumulate a little bit of juice on the blueberries, and what's going to happen, you're going to get those streaks in your muffins, and that's a little special touch, and Big Daddy likes that. The rest of your blueberries go in there, and slowly, don't rush this stage, just fold everything together. Remember, you want to have that creamy white look, you want to have that purple blueberry look, and you want to have solid blueberry chunks. That color is lovely. Look at that. That is beautiful. And that's it. I'm going to stop right there. As tempting as it may be to play with it, I don't want the colors to mix too much together. So I'll stop right there and we'll start putting them in pans and put them in the oven. Okay, before you pour your muffin mix in your tin, get these cupcake thingies, wax papers, and put them in there. I have my favorite muffin tin, this big one. I can't find these that fit that. So you can get some wax paper and put them in the middle like that and push them down, right? So we're going to fill these ones up first. Grab your muffin mix, a little bit, push that in. You find that it's become a bit stiffer. That's because the blueberries are making that butter a bit cold, and the butter is hardening up a little bit, but that's the right amount that you want to have in there. Now I'm sure there's a lot of recipes that say fill them up, you know, 2/3 or 1/2 or whatever. We fill them up all the way because we like big muffins. Like that. Don't worry about pushing all the way in, because as soon as that hits the heat and it melts, it's going to go and fill up all those crevices. So anyway, fill that up and stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Maybe about 25 minutes for these big guys. Okay, we've put everything in our muffin tins. They're good enough to eat right now. They look lovely. So what I'm going to do is just go and sprinkle a little bit of oats on top of them. And when that happens, when they cook, that oat is going to get nice and toasty and add a little crispiness, more crispiness to the top. And that's it. These guys are ready to go in the oven. Okay, it's been about actually 30 minutes. I think I might have overfilled these a little bit, but it's no biggie. We'll just have bigger muffins now. You take a toothpick and you stick it in there, and you see it comes out clearly. That's when you know it's done. So we'll take these out and put the other tray in. Okay guys, our muffins are done. There's really no set way of plating them, but the most important thing is give them about 5 minutes to settle down a little bit and cool down a little bit. What I do want to show you is what that marbling has done that we talked about earlier. So let me just open this up a little bit and cut through it. Nice and crispy on the outside. And when you look inside of those, that's your muffin. As you can see, you got some white parts, you got some purple parts, and you got chunks of blueberry in there too. And they smell absolutely amazing. Alright guys, that's the Big Daddy Blueberry Muffins. And remember, never trust a skinny chef.